What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Seville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Teofimo Lopez. Get this. Teofimo Lopez sets sights on one opponent for his best fight. He states, "I love a challenge." Now, we know that he's turned down the Ryan Garcia fight, and I'll talk about that just briefly here in a minute. But this is what he has his sights on, okay? He says, a fight, he says, Terence, Crawford, me and Crawford. I love challenges. I love it. How else am I going to learn? How else am I going to be great? Besides, I'm the first male to become two-time undisputed. I don't have animosity. It's just boxing. Why not? We're not far away in weight. Wow. Okay. Those are the words of Teofimo Lopez, and let me counterpunch. Hey, man, I would love to see that fight. Could he beat Crawford? I think he could give Crawford some challenging rounds. I really do. I think Crawford, though, I don't know if he'll stay at 147 because I think he'll go to 154. And I think what'll happen is if he ends up fighting Errol Spence, that's his next fight, I think that's going to be at 154. And I think if Teo wants to fight him, or if Terence agrees to fight him, it's going to have to be at a catchweight or some shit. And here's the deal. I don't like the idea of Terence Crawford going to a catchweight to fight Teofimo, because when you're that age, he's 35, right? Or 36. No, he's 36. So at 36 years of age, it's not a good idea to be trying to start yourself to make a weight that he once upon a time said that is hard to make. See, that doesn't mean he has to stay or go back to 147 either. See, if Teo is at 140, that means he's going to want to come in at maybe 146 or 145 for a catch weight. But the question is, what does Terence Crawford have to gain of fighting Teofimo? Well, I mean, he's going to look at it like, okay, well, I don't have anything to gain. And another thing, I mean, like I'm thinking through the mind of Terence, because Terence has already said, well, I don't have anything to gain. Because, I mean, I would want him to fight Jared Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to fight anybody in the weight class that he's currently in right now. You know what I'm saying? The other champion by email, Jared Boots Ennis, right? So, Jaron is like a guy that I would like to see him fight, but Teofimo coming up to fight Terence Crawford is almost like Mikey Garcia coming up to fighting Errol Spence. You know what I mean? It didn't work right, or didn't end well for Mikey Garcia, and he lost. I don't think Mikey was ever the same. I think Mikey should have stayed in his own lane. Bars. But no, I would love to see the fight, And speaking now of Ryan Garcia, I don't think Ryan beats Teo, bro. Teo's just a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's just a better fighter. Better footwork, better punch. I don't know about puncher, because, see, Ryan is a good puncher. If Ryan catches you with that left hook, I mean, that's what saved him, people. Because it sure as hell wasn't his defense. That manufactured idea of the Philly shell or the shoulder roll was not my cup of tea, bro. It was not what that was supposed to be. I don't know what the hell you called that. I called that the Ryan, back turner defense, because this man turned his whole back towards that guy. And basically the guy could have stepped and leaned and put his right foot outside the back foot of Garcia and whacked him, because Ryan was turning, and he was turning like it's some shit that I've seen people do that in sparring. They just don't want to get hit, so they turn and they you know what I mean, they take their eyes off the target, off the particular opponent. You never do that. That's crazy. But I don't see him beating Teo, though. I don't. I would like to see that too, just to show people he can't beat Teo. He won't beat Teo, bro. And they're around the same height. I mean, weight, rather. So, no, I don't think he fights Teo. And Teo turned that down. But see, now people are not tripping as hard because of what they saw. Because Duarte was giving him problems. He just caught Duarte. You know what I'm saying? He caught him with that left hook, his bread and butter, but it wasn't because of his defense. It wasn't because he was, he's improved to me. No, it wasn't because of any of that shit. He measured the guy and it was nothing that I seen him improve in. He moved a lot more. You know what I'm saying? But like the hook saved him. But that's the same thing that saved him each and every fight. In the Luke Campbell fight, in the Fortuna fight, and in this fight with Duarte. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really see anything special about Garcia. And if he messes around with Teo, it's going to be a right hand clinic with Teo. I just see that fight going because Teo's better at picking his shots, and Teo's better with one shot. You know what I mean? Taking it to Ryan. But again, Crawford, that would be a good fight, bro. I would love to see that fight because Teo, he's fast. You know what I'm saying? And I think Terence, though, remember this. Terence has problems with smaller guys. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to bigger guys. Like he handled Errol Spence easy. But someone like Yuriorkis Gamboa, when he was undefeated, right? Which he still had some step or two in his game, was able to give Terence Crawford problems. And he admitted that. You know what I'm saying? And Teo has some of those same abilities as Yuriorkis once upon a time had. He's just younger and in his prime. So, yeah, I would love to see that fight. I would love to see what Teo could do with Terence Bud Crawford. But you guys tell me what you think of Teo calling out Terence Crawford for a fight, a good challenge. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.